Okay, so in this session, we are going to discuss how to create a collection and how to drop collections in MongoDB. Okay, so there are two ways for creating a collections. Okay, the very first and the easiest way is this: db dot collection name dot insert, and inside the insert command, you will write various key value pairs, which are nothing but documents. Okay, so we have an example, and this we saw this method in our previous topic. Okay, so here I'm creating a database called as MyDB. As you can see, but I will increase the font. Okay, so as you can see, uh, I'm creating a database called as MyDB, and then inside that I'm creating a collection called as MyData. Okay, and that inside that collection I'm putting some document, and document is always in a key value pair. So this is my key, this is my value, this is my key, this is my value. So we'll discuss more about this particular statement. We don't have a collection my data in the my database MyDB. Okay, so when we create a MyDB, we don't have a my data collection which is already there in it. Okay, so by writing like this, your system, your MongoDB will create a collection called as my data on the fly and insert a document in it with the specified key and value pairs. Okay, so in this way you can create your collection. So we have already used this particular way in your last topic. So we'll discuss second method, which is nothing but by using one function called as create collection. Okay, so we can create a collection with various options. Okay, and then we can insert a document in it. Okay, and in order to create a collection, we have two ways. The very first way is this. Very first way is by writing this particular command, and the second way is using one function called as create collection. Okay, so as you can see, the C is capital, so you have to write it as it is because it is a case sensitive. So in order to create a collection with create collection function, the syntax is this: db dot create collection, and then open a round bracket, then name of the collection. You have to mention the name of the collection, and they you can also provide options, various options in it. Okay, by the way, these are not a compulsory one. You can avoid it if you want. Okay, so we'll create a collection with in this particular thing. Okay, we'll create a collection in Mongo shell now. So what I will do, I will create a database first called as use MyDB, and then inside that database, what I will do, I will create a collection by using create collection command. So for that, the syntax is db dot name of the collection. Say suppose the name of the collection is my class. Okay, and then okay, fine. Okay, what we are going, okay, so we'll use uh, create collection command. Okay, so db dot create collection, and inside this, we will provide a collection name. So collection name is my class. So in this way, we can create your collection. Okay, so as you can see, we got a okay message. Okay, so in this way we can create a collection by using create collection command. We can also provide various options along with this particular thing. Okay, and again I'm saying these options are not the mandatory ones. They are optional. Okay, you can there is no necessity to provide options, but we'll discuss more about those options. Okay, So there are various options that your my collection sorry that collect create collection command provide. The first option is capped, okay, and the data type of this particular is boolean. The return type is boolean. That means it can either be true or false. So this particular option specifies a cap on the maximum entries a collection can have. That means we can provide a maximum limit, and once the limit on that once that limit is reached, it starts overriding the old entries. So with the help of this thing, uh, we can tell our MongoDB whether you want to apply a limit or not. If I write cap is equal to true, then in that case we are telling our MongoDB that yes, I want to put a limit on it, and the limit is provided with the help of one option called as size. As you can see, it is clearly mentioned here that the point to note here is that when you set a cap option to true, you also have to specify the size parameter. So in the size is nothing but it specifies the maximum size for collection in bytes. So this option will tell your MongoDB whether we want to set a limit or not. If I say yes, that means if the value of cap is true, then I have to specify the size. Okay. Uh, then there are other options too. One is max. In this case, this specifies the maximum number of documents. That means how many records I can store, or I can say that I can limit the number of documents that I can store inside a collection, okay, by using one option called as maximum. We'll not discuss this thing auto index because we are not aware about what exactly indexing is. Okay, so by default the value of this particular parameter is false. Now what we'll do, we are creating a collection called as teachers, and then we are applying two options over here. As you can see, the options are mentioned inside a curly bracket. Okay, so here the value of cap is true. Okay, then in that case I have to specify the size. So this particular command will create a collection called as teacher, and the maximum size of this particular collection is how many bytes, is this many bytes. So once this collection reaches that limit, it will start overwriting the old entries. So in this way we can create a collection. So in this particular session, we saw two things. We saw how to create a collection using create collection function, and then we saw different we saw different options that we can use with while creating a collection. Okay. So now we are going to discuss how to drop a collection. Okay. So to drop a collection, a command is very simple. Just write db dot collection name dot drop. Okay, and the collection will be dropped. But before dropping a collection, first we'll see how to list out the collections which are there in my particular database. Okay, so list out the database. In order to list out the database, command is show dbs, right? So similarly, if you want to list out the collection, then the command is db show and collections. So this command will list out all the collections which are there in company database. So as you can see, there is only one collection called as my collection. Okay. So now what we are going to do, will drop this particular collection with the help of one command called as db dot collection name. The collection name is my collection. Okay, dot, you have to use drop function. Okay, so as you can see, I'm getting one message called as true. That means it is a boolean value. Now we'll verify it. We'll again list out the collections which are there in my database. So for that, we'll again use show collection, and it will show nothing. As you can see, nothing is there, which is right. Okay. So in this way, we can delete our particular collection. Okay. So in our next sessions, we are going to discuss how to create a document. Okay. And then we'll see how to update those documents, how to query, how to retrieve our documents, and so on. So in this particular session, we saw how to create a session, how to create a collection, and how to drop the collections. If you have any doubts, then to comment in a comment section.